Hey everyone, Britt here from Stylish Planner. I wanted to go over some things in the digital planning space. I've been getting a lot of questions on Etsy and through email around how do I digital plan, what are some of the products that I use, how do you use GoodNotes, what are these digital sticker things all about? How do you set up your different settings within the application? So I wanted to do a series of videos of me kind of showing you what I have in my GoodNotes app, how I use my digital planner, some of the settings, and some of the important things I think you need to know when you are thinking about digital planning. And then I also wanted to go through and give you a sneak peek at some of the new products that I'm launching that I've been playing with for the past couple of months, and I think they're almost at a point where I'm ready to share them with everyone. I'm happy with how they turned out. So first things first, I digital plan on my iPad Pro. To be able to digital plan, you need a tablet and you need a stylus that you obviously can write in. The GoodNotes app is the leading one that I've found for digital planning. It is only available right now for iOS. There are some Android options. I would have to do a little bit more research to understand exactly the ins and outs of those tools, but the ones that I know are compatible are listed on the product descriptions for my digital planners in my shops. Again, you can get this stuff on my Etsy shop or stylishandco.com. There's a whole digital planning section with lots of info. So this is the GoodNotes app. Once you download the GoodNotes app, you land on this dashboard. My dashboard is full of lots of different digital planner goodies. When you import items, this is where stuff drops into. You can get a little bit more organized, which I would like to do, and have different categories. So every time you tap on a new category, you see that dashboard. So I think it might be a good idea to have a dashboard just for stickers, just for inserts, just for planners, whatever it is you want to use while you digital plan. That's a different way of organizing it. Something else that is really important when you start digital planning is making sure all of your stuff is backed up. So obviously when you have a physical planner, the biggest issue is if you spill your coffee on it or if you lose the whole planner. With digital planning, obviously it's not good if you lose your iPad, but you want to make sure that nothing happens to where the app crashes and everything is erased. I haven't had that happen, but that's a fear of mine when I started digital planning. Or if you get a new device and you want to import exactly where you left off with your planner and your dashboard, there's a way to do that. So down here in options, what you would do is you have two options. You can at any point in time go ahead and back up everything. It backs it up as a zip file and it drops it in different locations. I always drop my stuff into Dropbox, and there's an actual zip file with the name of the date of when it was backed up. What I do, just to be double sure, is I go into my settings and this auto backup section, I turn it on, and I make sure that I always know that there is a backup of the last time I used the application in Drive or in Dropbox. You'll probably see during this video down here at the bottom left, the auto backup button will probably start working because I'll probably be making changes throughout this video. So that's the first thing I wanted to go over. It's very important to back it up. I would hate for you to get your digital planner, get it all set up, and for some reason everything gets erased. That would be the worst thing ever in regards to digital planning. So the other thing, what I have in my dashboard are a bunch of digital sticker sheets. And what digital sticker sheets are, let me open one, is kind of a collection of images that you can pull from to use on your spreads or while you plan. So all you need to do, once you import a digital sticker sheet, all of mine come as JPEG files that you just import. You select your lasso tool at the top, you outline whatever it is you want to add to your spread, take screenshot you want to copy, and then you can go ahead and drop it into wherever it is you want on your spread. You can resize. You most likely will have to crop your image There's two options at the bottom here to cropped. Rectangle is used best for kind of the boxes to quickly resize. But all of the individual images, you want to use the freehand tool, and that allows you to actually go through and get rid of a lot of the white space, so that you can plug this into your spread, move it around, resize it, and kind of place it however you want. Something that's great about digital planning is if you place something and you start writing and you need the room, you just hold down and you can easily delete. So it gives you that flexibility to play around with your spread. Something else that I wanted to go over are some new inserts that I've been playing around with that I want to launch within the next couple weeks. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to sell them individually or if I'm going to do bundles, but I'll go through quickly what those inserts are. And they easily import directly into your weekly spread. So instead of cluttering up your spread with something that just popped up or something that you need to have additional space to plan, you can import one of these as many times as you want in your digital planner right between the spreads. So this is one obviously for if you're going to travel. You can keep track of what it is you're thinking about randomly that you need to bring, places that people recommend to eat, or things that you want to do sightseeing. Let me just close these out. We then have a password tracker that you probably would want to put at the end or the beginning of your planner, but you can track as much as you want, add 5 of these inserts at once into your planner depending on what you need to manage. Maybe you have a page for home, a page for business, a page to track all your kids' passwords so you can log in and keep an eye on what they're doing. The party planner, so you can quickly start putting ideas down on guest list, what, when, and where, things that you need to do that week, theme inspiration, so you can actually import Pinterest images. You can import, if you're in Target and you see something you want to purchase or you found on the website, take a screenshot and import it directly in here so that you can start figuring out what your theme is going to be if it's that kind of party. Meeting notes, so quickly add this into your planner during that week and keep track of what you're talking about. We have grocery and meal planning, so again, my weekly spreads were getting so cluttered with trying to meal prep and plan what I wanted to cook that week, and always at the last minute I never felt like actually cooking what I had planned. So crossing it off and trying to reorganize was a mess, and it drove me crazy. So this is again added into the spreads and not clutter up your layout, but have this stuff quick and accessible in your planner. We then have the fitness tracker that I use quite a bit. I can pull up actually last week's, and again it fits kind of right in between your spreads, and I just use it to keep track of my workouts, excuses, I write them at the top, what my goal is for that week, and then things that I try to do daily, vitamins, stretching, make sure I'm drinking lots of water, I live in Florida, and clean eating helps to keep me on track a little bit. And then baby schedule, so again, if you don't want to clutter up your spread, you can actually import this and see week over week the progression, how things are changing. When you go to a doctor's appointment, you can quickly view this and kind of see what the baby schedule was for that previous week, and if there are things that you need to note or talk to the doctor about. Lastly, before I get into my planners, this is, I won't open it because all of my secret passwords are in there, but the Stylish Planner Password Workbook. I'm going to start adding some free digital downloads on my website, stylishandco.com. If you're familiar with my website, you know that every month I release a free download for a new tech wallpaper that features some of my artwork, hand-drawn illustrations, or watercolor paintings, whatever it might be for that month. I try to keep it seasonal and based on what's going on that month. But I'm going to start adding some digital planner goodies as well. So this will be the first. If you don't want an actual insert and want a separate book, this will be a free download pretty soon that will be added to the site. I'd love to hear recommendations and thoughts of other things you want to see within your digital planner. I am super excited about this new collection. Like I said, I've been digital planning for almost a year now, and I haven't switched to out of digital planning. I have gone back and forth with paper planners and using them in tandem. I do use kind of physical planners for different things like Bible journaling or for my to help organize my Stylish Planner and Stylish & Co. business and campaigns, ad spends, promotions, giveaways, important dates for taxes, for submissions, renewing domain names, all of those things I keep in a physical planner. Just because I have sticky notes and documents and things that I get in the mail that I need to keep track of as well that go in that planner. And I have a blog series on my site too on how I use each of those planners, including this digital planner, which you might be interested to view. But with that said, I've been using digital planning for almost a year. You can see here, you can quickly kind of go through. These are all my spreads. The thing that I love most about digital planning, one is right now I'm planning and going through and doing this. I just got done doing some things in the new planner, my new planner, that I'll show you in a minute. In bed, I have nothing but my iPad and my Apple Pencil. I don't need all of my planner stickers. I don't need all of my pens and highlighters, and I still love all that stuff, and I have a collection of washi tape that'll probably last me and 10 other people, 5 years of using, and I'll always want to use that. But for my just everyday planner, this has seemed to really work for me well. So I'll get into this feature and all of these goodies on these icons and stuff, but wanted to just kind of go through that piece. So before I get into the new planner, what I've been showing is my very first digital planner I released in my shop. This one is our Black Bloom Deluxe Vertical. I think it's Deluxe Black Bloom Vertical. I forget the order of the name, but I really like the setup. Like I said, I've been using it for a year. I wanted to play around with something different for this next planner, and I'm going to try it out and probably make a few other modifications for the next version that I'll release. But this one allows you to navigate in between the tabs. You just need to make sure you tap this icon at the top, and it allows you to quickly navigate throughout your entire planner. You then, once you get kind of where you want, you go back to your pen and you can write. Within the planner, you have lots of different settings for your writing tools. You can switch between a ballpoint pen. You can enter specific colors. There's a lot of things. You have your highlighter, your eraser, your lasso tool, which is where you kind of copy things, and I don't really know what this is called, but it's your navigating tool. And then at the left here, you have these kind of 4 squares allow you to easily navigate throughout your planner. You can set up bookmarks, which I've started doing, and I will do a separate video on setting up my new planner for August for the year, and I'm going to play around with these bookmarks. I want to use them to quickly go to when I have trips planned, or when I have birthdays coming up, or when I have things happen in my life that I quickly want to go back and find. Last time I gave the dogs their flea medicine, or when I need to reorder contacts, I'll quickly add a bookmark so that I can quickly navigate to that page in my digital planner. Because you don't have your physical planner, you don't have tabs sticking out that you can easily get to, or page markers, so this is kind of your virtual page marker. You have your plus, this is where you would add bookmarks. This is where you would add pages above or below. If you want the GoodNotes default, which is a ruled, a grid, a blank page. The reason I don't like those, and I like using the specific inserts, which you would import above or below, and you would find the image saved on your iPad, either in your photo section or in Dropbox or wherever you save documents, is because when you import a page, and you can kind of see, I've probably done it in the past and not gotten rid of it. It imports something like that, and it doesn't allow you to, it doesn't fit the style of your planner, which drives me crazy. So my inserts are the horizontal layout, and when you're going through, they kind of fit the style of your planner, like you'll see with the fitness tracker. So I think let's go through. I wanted to show you guys now the new planner that I just launched in my shop, and I can't talk and think at the same time, so let me quickly navigate to the front so you can see. The layout is a little bit different. Instead of showing the full cover like the last release did, this first one here, you have kind of a scene view, which I thought was pretty cool. You can customize the front however you want. So I'll get back to, I'm going to use the white font. Your name, hustle, a quote, whatever you want to put on the front of your planner. You can zoom in, and it allows you to kind of get as detailed as you need. You swipe through to the beginning of the planner. You have some, let me clean this up so it's not distracting, but you have your 2018 and 2019 perpetual calendar, so you can quickly access dates because all of my digital planners come undated, so that you can use them year over year. It's a quick access guide for you. You also, what I want to use it for is a tracker. So if I want to note when I have days off work or when it's a holiday or whatever the case may be, I can quickly do a guide at the top, and I quickly know that those are specific dates. I can even then, if I want, open my bookmark setting and say July 25th and go directly to that spread and see what I have going on, or any additional details. So something new in this one is the date section. You then have, like all of my digital planners have, a notes section with a lot of different slides. Excuse me. You have your journals. This is something that I am playing around with. What I would like to do is kind of do summaries on trips, or if I want to journal and do more of a memory journal, you can do it here. You quickly add in images from your photos, from Dropbox, wherever they live. You can quickly import it in, resize it. This is my husband and I on our trip to Amsterdam earlier this year. You can, if you have an Etsy shop that you're managing, you can import product images and keep track of your monthly kits that you release, or launch dates for specific products. So when you're going back and looking at your sales or Etsy traffic or site traffic, you can correlate and understand what drove that. So I think I'm going to play around with that a little bit, as well as a memory journal in this section. I have some tips around digital planning that I thought might be helpful. And then obviously you have your week or your monthly spread, and you swipe through to get your weekly spread. Something new is this kind of desk pad, the desk view. So I wanted to have sort of a desk pad at the top where you could quickly add notes, phone numbers, random thoughts, just like you would on a sticky pad on your desk, and not clutter up your spread. You'll notice that you have a little bit less writing space on this planner. However, the boxes are the same size as the previous planner, so all of my digital sticker sheets, the boxes are the same measurements and dimensions. So that's just a little look into the new planner. Again, this was launched on the site earlier this week. My goal is to continue to add digital sticker sheets and inserts and a lot of fun things over the next coming weeks. I am also thinking about doing a insert for learning a new language. My husband and I are going to be traveling to Italy later this year, and I'm in the process of learning Italian. I'm 25% fluent in Italian at this point, but I find myself jotting down words that I have trouble with, or being able to track my progress outside of an application over the weeks, or even when I go to Italy, jotting down some keywords within my planner that I can quickly reference. So I think that might be a fun thing to track in your planner, so I'm going to play around with the new insert there. But I hope this was helpful. I hope it helped to answer some of the questions you have around the digital sticker sheets and some of the new things that I have coming out, how I use my digital planner. I do have a blog series on the site that covers how I use all of my planner types I mentioned before. That might be helpful as well. And then I do upload weekly plan with me's, so all of these fun spreads that you saw here, some of those are included on my plan with me, so you can actually see how I'm using the images. I think it's fun. I can go back. I think it's fun on birthdays to actually import different pictures of people that it is their birthday, something fun that you can do. I also started playing around with importing my own illustrations, so I will draw something or paint something in Procreate, save it to my iPad as a PNG, which means it's transparent, and you can import it directly into your planner like I did with this elephant and these graphics. I didn't draw them within GoodNotes. I drew them on a different platform and imported them very easily. You can scale them, but I like having kind of artwork and illustrations throughout, so that's something that is also pretty cool with digital planning. But if you have any questions, the best way to get a hold of me, within kind of a 24 to 48 hour response rate is through Etsy or through my website in the contact form or through email. I'm not the best at Instagram DM messages. I often forget to check those, so I'm sorry if you have a question sitting in there waiting. I do my best to get through those, but the other ones are just easier for me to get to and to go back and forth with, sending images or links or things like that. So always feel free to reach out with questions. I love digital planning. Like I said, I've been on this journey for a year. I hope to continue to learn about the platform and some new fun things that I can bring to you guys. And I will continue doing these types of videos to go through new things I'm adding. And I will do a video soon on setting up this new planner and how I'm setting it up for the year and kind of all the things that I'm using with all the new features. So again, thanks for watching, and please reach out with any questions.